should also help bring your stuff about in a faster, quicker way. Okay. Also, your diet. Obviously, there are particular diets that may be ideal for attracting stuff. And I would assume that the perfect diet would be, during this process, would be to eat all organic and raw fruits and vegetables and nuts. During this process, that would be the ideal diet, because these fruits and vegetables are less heavy. They keep your mind clearer and a more higher vibration, henceforth attracting stuff quicker. That is the ideal diet. Of course, you can vary from that accordingly. Not everything is an absolute necessity to get what you want. These are just techniques to do it faster. Okay. There are, as far as drugs, I do not recommend any type of drug, even caffeine, even though some of these things, stimulants like this, will help you focus more for a certain period of time. The overall aspect of it is that most of the time the bad effects that it has on your body and the time in which you come down, you need to be able to come up and down and hold certain levels of meditation. And by using caffeine, you have such a strong stimulant that when you're trying to meditate, when the stimulants wear off, you fall into deeper sleeps and not able to hold yourself at a nice even plane in which you can maintain certain levels of consciousness during meditations. So as some stimulants may give you more concentration, the overall ups and downs of it all, most of these things that are drug related do not benefit you in the long run. There's also the factor of believing that you deserve it. It is not absolutely necessary that you believe that you deserve to have the money, the boat, the car, or whatever it is that you desire. It's not absolutely necessary. But when you believe you deserve something, then it is easier for it to come about for you. There's more to expand on that. Obviously, as you change things in your life, if you do not currently believe that you deserve things, then it might be time to try to manifest things for other people instead of for yourself. Henceforth, creating a better impression of yourself, a more loving impression of yourself, henceforth believing it is easier for you to believe that you also deserve to have these things. Sleeping. Obviously, there are ideal sleeping conditions. It is best not to sleep around anything electrical, anything that produces a magnetic field. Some people claim that it is best to sleep with your head towards the North Pole, the magnetic north, and your feet towards the South Pole. Also, people believe that being closer to the ground, within a couple feet of the ground, will put you in the Earth's magnetic field better overall, making you more in tune with the universe, allowing things to flow better for you. Obviously, I would expect that anybody, despite where they are sleeping, would to stay away from any type of electrical panels, transformers, something like that will interfere with your overall health and your ability to draw things into your existence. Another thing is the level of sunlight. When I say sunlight, this is a certain amount of sunlight every day. This is not an excessive amount. This is not getting your skin sunburned or getting excessive amounts of sun. Just a small level of sunlight every day helps. Also exercise. Exercise, it stimulates the body, gets your mind functioning clearer. Overall, if you have a daily ritual of exercise, you will find that you are more positive and that you will be able to draw things into your reality quicker. Next is working together. As you may believe that you can do things, but if you have someone helping you do things, it increases. That person also needs to believe the same, but let's say whatever it is you're drawing to you, maybe it's money, car, if you have someone that is willing to meditate with you for the same purpose, obviously the bigger the crowd, the more energy that goes out to make it happen. Now, as I am pointing this out to you, there should be a scenario where everybody agrees that that is the thing that is the most beneficial. If, for an example, you have a crowd of people and some of them think that this, in other words, let's say you want to be with a particular woman, okay, and you have all these people being there with you to unite with you, to meditate, to cause this relationship to happen. And half of those people do not believe that you should be with that person. Then those people will not be beneficial or as beneficial in the overall run to getting the item that you desire. So it is good to have more people, but they all need to have the same passion that you do to make it happen. This also is a good thing to not only think about your own desires, but let's say you have a buddy that maybe wants a girlfriend, where you're maybe wanting to attract a boat, he's wanting to attract a girlfriend. Take some time. Swap out meditations. In other words, use your meditations to help him as well. This kind of sows that seed to reap that seed. In other words, go into your meditation, see him with the girl that he desires, see him happy, see him however it is that he desires to be. So don't only make the selfish. Sometimes you will find that it's easier to manifest things for other people. So by all means, sow those seeds, because as you sow them for other people, they will come back to you. Ultimately, you change. There was a guy that had a quote I seen on the internet. He says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. The point behind this is ultimately you have to change. In a sense, when you are attracting something into it, you're stating that you believe that you have the ability to alter your universe through your thoughts. And most of the time, this will come back to us before we actually receive the idea, to verify to us that we believe this to be true. So ultimately, you change. You change the way you perceive things. You change the way you look at the world. For an example, if you was to go to work and your boss gets mad at you about something, and your normal reaction might be to get mad back at the person because you figure you didn't deserve it. On the other hand, you may look past it and realize that your boss is going through something, maybe having problems with his wife at home, whatever. You may operate in compassion and go, hey, what's wrong? Instead of biting back, you turn to him to help him Henceforth, you make your relationship between you and your boss closer instead of separating. There are thousands of issues like this where you personally change, where when somebody does something and you look at something a particular way, you change the way you look at it. For an example, another example might be, there might be somebody that you don't hang out with because you think they're too nerdy or whatever it is. If you change the way you look at that person, and you maybe do some meditation to help that person, see that person happier with a girlfriend if he doesn't have one. You know what I'm saying? You view the person to a different view, and when you start looking at that person differently, you'll find that that person changes. Henceforth, the idea is you create the reality by seeing it that way, and by changing the way you perceive things. There was a saying that I came up with. It says, faith makes all things possible, but love makes it easy. So ultimately, even though you can have faith, faith can take an effort. That if you have love, it will flow easily and simply, and the things that you desire will come to you quickly. That's all for now.